Good evening, everyone. What's going on? It's Sal Stretford. How you're doing? Welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing fine. Everyone's doing dandy. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope it is a very, very, very busy day for Manchester United, isn't it? In regards to news. And what is new in regards to Manchester United? There is always news going on at Manchester United. And of course, we are here to report the news, of course. No sugarcoating anything. Lots of things going on. And there's lots of things that could happen in the next 24 hours to 48 hours, of course, guys. Hopefully. Now, let's get the show on the road. Please, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, they'll be absolutely fantastic. You fantastic people, you. Thank you so much. Now, guys, I wanted to talk briefly about Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford looks likely to be going to AC Milan. AC Milan, you know what? Look, guys, we've heard a lot of noises about wages and stuff like that. And Man United said that, have basically said, Ineos have basically said that any transfer is not inclusive of everything else, so to speak. So basically, Man United don't need to get rid of players to bring a player in. You know what I mean? So they don't need to do that. So Marcus Rashford will be going to AC Milan. AC Milan want a more permanent deal. Man United are undecided on what deal they want to do with Marcus Rashford. So basically, AC Milan want to bring Marcus Rashford in, but they also want to explore a deal for the future in regards to a permanent deal, of course, guys. Now, they want to take Marcus Rashford. They want to take him on a capacity this season, but they want Man United to pay a percentage of his wages, which, of course, is a lot of money. Marcus Rashford is on about 320,000 a week, isn't he? So, you know what? It's going to be difficult for Man United to pay that percentage. But, of course, it's still early days. Man United could indeed do a deal with AC Milan, and a deal looks imminent. It does look imminent, and there could be a here we go very, very soon, guys. What do you make of that? What do you guys make of that? Let's read some of your comments, guys, before I come in. Big up Redwood Towers. Big up. Absolutely. Big up. Big up Sal in the chat. Big up Redwood Tower. Big up yourself. Big up Darkro, of course. Legend, of course. Good afternoon, Kazi. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the stream. Good to see everyone here, guys. Live and kicking, of course, guys. Live and kicking. But you know what? It's, some things in football, they just come to an end, don't they? And one of them is Marcus Rashford. Look, it's not the end of Marcus Rashford. He hasn't signed anywhere permanently, but it does look like the beginning of the end for Marcus Rashford, in my opinion. And I feel like, you know what? It's about time. No offense to the player, absolutely none. But one thing I would say is that sometimes you can stagnate at a football club and you can overstay your welcome. In regards to his personality and his agents right now are in Italy, sorting out a deal with AC Milan. And you know what I would say is that it's his family. And I've always believed that you shouldn't mix family and business too much. Because you know what? You want someone who's going to tell you the birds from the bees. And you want someone who's going to criticize you when it's time to criticize you. You don't want someone who's going to be blowing smoke up your ass all the time. You want someone who's going to be telling you the truth, criticizing you. And that has been the problem with Marcus Rashford, in my opinion. And I feel like a move to AC Milan, a very disciplined club, of course, guys. So he's going to have to be careful the way he treads at AC Milan. No more partying in Belfast 48 hours before the game. So, look, I wish him the best of luck. And that could be imminent. That could be going on anytime soon. I do wish him the best of luck. And I hope that, he's successful at AC Milan. I do. But one thing I don't want Man United to do, I don't want Man United to be like, oh, look at Marcus Rashford. Isn't he doing brilliant? Oh, my goodness, we should bring him back. Let's bring back old Marcus, mate, born and bred. Let's bring him back. Why are we going to do that? You know what I mean? Why are we going to do that? And at the end of the day, we need to make this solid obligation to buy. You go to AC Milan with an obligation to buy. Yes, we can pay a percentage of your wages, but you have to leave at the end of the season on a permanent deal. And that's one thing I would say in regards to that deal. That's one thing I would say. Guys, absolutely. Big up, Amir. How you doing, my friend? How about Gutierrez? Gutierrez is not coming to Man United this winter. If any deal is going to be made for Gutierrez, will be in the summer. It looks like most of Man United's deals will be done in the summer. You know what? No value in the market, all that business, of course, guys. And you know what? In regards to the Glazers are the Glazers at the end of the day, and Ineos, of course, guys. We wouldn't be penny pinching like this if Qatar were in charge of the football club, of course. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Greetings, Sal. Good evening. Late vibes, brother. Not feeling so well last few days. A bit of a stomach problem, but I'm okay. Jim, my prayers and thoughts are with you, my friend. I hope you're doing very, very well. You legend. I hope you're good. Don't forget to take lots of rest, lots of ginger, lots of turmeric and stuff like that. All that sweet stuff. Big up yourself. Big up, Jim, of course. Darko, big up, of course. Big up, everyone. Get well soon, bro. Absolutely. Get well soon. Sal, do you agree with Scholes? Darko, yes, I agree wholeheartedly with Scholes. I agree 100% with Scholes. Ineos have not done... Look, I'm not totally exclusive. Like, you know what? How do I put this? I don't just blindly follow one thing and neglect everything else. I actually agree with some of the things that Ineos have done. I do. I don't just say, look, Ineos are bad. Ineos are bad. It's like South Park, isn't it? Ineos are bad. Ineos are bad. They're not all that. They've done some good things, but at the moment they're doing things that are a little bit controversial, in my opinion. They're not pleasing the fan base, in my opinion. And it's not. I know it's not all about pleasing the fan base, but you know, the news about Kobe Mainu, about not closing that story not shutting that story down. And when Ornstein and representatives and the journalists of that ilk are saying things like that, it is disappointing because they're not really shutting the rumors down. You know, it does look to me that if an offer was put on the table, they would sell Kobe Mainu, which is absolutely disgraceful. Look, Kobe Mainu is on 20 grand for the next. He's on two more years on his contract. He's on 20 grand a week. Come on, guys. He's a footballer for Manchester United. So what is he going to ask for? 100? You know, man, at the end of the day, look, you can't just say, look, oh, let him. He's a player for Man United. He should respect the badge, and he gets 20 grand a week. You can't do that to a player of his ilk. He's an England international. He scored the goal in the FA Cup final. He was brilliant last season and was brilliant against Liverpool. Let's not forget. Last couple of games, I think he's been absolutely phenomenal, in my opinion. He's been controlling the game. We can't do that. We have to understand that this is one of ours. And we have to look after him, to be honest with you. No, we're not going to pay him 200, 300 grand a week. That's not going to happen. Man United won't pay that. But when you look at players for Fulham are getting 100 grand a week, why can't Kobe Mainu get 100 grand a week as well? And this is the problem, of course, guys. So in regards to other news, guys, Garnacho and Nuno Mendes. What's the correlation between Garnacho and Nuno Mendes? Nuno Mendes and Garnacho could be involved in a swap deal with PSG, guys. Nuno Mendes, of course, is a player that Manchester United are heavily interested in, but Manchester United are exploring avenues in a way to give them Garnacho and we get Nuno Mendes in return. Now, look, I don't know about that. I think if we are going to get Nuno Mendes, Man United need to have at least 30 million on top of that at the end of the day. Nuno Mendes is playing in France. You know, he's a good player, but he's playing in France. Garnacho is one of the highlights of the last 2 years in regards to young players in Europe. He's been fantastic. I know he hasn't performed well this season at the end of last season, but at the end of the day, he scored the goal in the FA Cup final as well. So at the end of the day, look, you know what? The Nuno Mendes story, you know, it has to have more legs to it because at the end of the day, I don't agree with a swap deal with Garnacho. Although this is happening again. So what are Ineos really plans? What are their plans really? Are they just have self-profitable? Are they just looking for profits? Is that what they're looking for? Or, you know what, do they actually care about what goes on at Man United? You know what? I would prefer Man United to sell Garnacho if we're going to get him, but at least Garnacho's worth 80, 90 million. Nuno Mendes is not worth 80, 90 million. Nuno Mendes, in my opinion, is worth 50, right? So Man United have to get around 30 million on top of that deal. They can't just throw Garnacho at them and say, yeah, there we go, there's Garnacho. Absolutely not. 80k to 100k, give him a new 5-year deal. Absolutely, mate. You know what? SLD, you know, at the end of the day, give him a new deal. And the deal should be with incentives, you know. At the end of the day, you can give a player incentives. You don't have to give him the full amount. You can give him, say, right, we're going to give you 80 grand a week. If you do this, if you achieve that, we're going to give you 150 grand a week, something like that. But when you've got Fulham players, you know, and Bournemouth players on 100 grand a week, it does become a little bit precarious, isn't it? The way where you step, because at the end of the day, Kobe Mainu in the country, and in regards to young players, I personally feel he's the best young player in the country. I really do. I feel like he has had problem with injury. We have thrown him in the deep end. We have used him too much, in my opinion. I think we have pushed him too hard, in my humblest of opinion, and that is a problem that we're doing at the moment in regards to many young players, including Ahmed and Garnacho, you know what I mean, and then Euro and stuff like that in the future, of course. Swap deal for Garnacho is not a good deal in my eyes. Not for me, SLD. Not for me. I'm reading about this news just now, and it does make me a little bit worried about the way that Ineos are thinking at the moment. I don't think that deal would be a very popular deal if they did it. Getting Nuno Mendes for Garnacho is a very, very risky deal. Look, you know, we hardly have any attackers as it is. We're struggling with attackers. So if we're going to get rid of Marcus Rashford, we're going to get rid of Garnacho as well. So what are we going to do, guys? How are we going to work that one out? Because at the end of the day, you know what? Man United need attackers. Man United hardly have any attackers. Do you know what I mean? So I would say that is a no-no for me. I mean, it has to be an absolutely astronomical amount of money that PSG have to add to the swap deal, because it's just not a straight swap. This is what we have to understand. Nuno Mendes is playing in France. Garnacho is playing in England and Argentina, right? And he is a younger player. He's an attacker. And you know what? He scored goals in England. Nuno Mendes has not quite worked out for him at PSG. I know it sounds like Ugarte, but that means that we should try and strike a deal with PSG in regards to an obligation to buy. Loan him without a swap with an obligation to buy. Pay some of his wages or pay his wages with an obligation to buy. That's what Man United to do. But at the moment, they seem to be faffing around with these swap deals and stuff like that with players that are very important to Man United. Big up, Pearl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Chichi, good afternoon. How you doing? Long time no see. Good to see you, Chichi. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Performance-based incentive bonus. Absolutely, Kazi. Yeah. Goal bonuses, signing on fees, appearance fees, 10 international caps, and you get another a bit of money as well. Things like that happen. You know what I mean? Those of you who know about contracts and stuff like that, you can work it out in a way that you want to. And that's not including, obviously, he gets his sponsorship deals as well. So he's going to get quite a bit of money. Lots of people are saying, no, we can't spoil these players. He's a young player. We can't spoil him. You know, we can't give him what he wants. You know, at the end of the day, when Mason Mount is earning 250 grand a week, when Lindelof is earning 120 grand a week, when Ericsson is earning 150 grand a week, and you're earning 20 grand a week, and you're one of the main players, if not one of the main player in the Manchester United team, how are you going to feel at the end of the day? Are you going to feel happy about that? Or are you going to feel a bit disillusioned by that? It is obviously a big thing, isn't it? You know, and it's something that we have to look after, and we have to obviously think very wisely before we start talking about Kobe Mainoo leaving Manchester United, because at the end of the day, look, I don't like the quotes from Jim Ratcliffe. I don't like the quotes from them. I really don't. I do feel like there is substance in it. I do feel like there is truth in it as well. And I do feel like they're using David Ornstein and they're using Laurie Whitwell to get that message across. And you know what? It's not good. And that doesn't bode well for Manchester United. If you can't afford the football club, why did you buy the football club? And that is exactly what I've been saying all day. Why didn't you just let Qatar buy the football club? That's what I would say at the end of the day. Uchichi, sell Garnacho and sell Dalot. Sell Garnacho. It's only going to be 100 million. I wouldn't sell Garnacho at all. I wouldn't sell him at all. I wouldn't. He's a very, very good player. And to be honest with you, we're going to need him. And I don't think Man United should sell Garnacho unless it's 100 million plus. I say that because at the end of the day, if he was a young player playing for Real Madrid with the amount of appearances and goals that he has, he would be 100 million plus. So we need to look at that. We need to be, you know what, a little bit more, you know what, ruthless with our pricing of our players. Dalot, I'm not sure he's going to sell Dalot. He's a big fan of Dalot, is Ruben Amram. SLD, imagine if United was trying to sign Garnacho or Mainoo from another, exactly what I just said, mate, for 70, 80 million. Minimum. Mainoo would be 100 million, mate. Mainoo would be 80, 90 million to 100 million. Incentives and everything would be over 110 million, I think. I really do. 19 years old, England international, one of Man United's best players last season. Also, one of England's best players, one of the best young players in Europe. The same goes to Garnacho, 80 million. It's the same thing, 80 million. Absolutely. Spot on, SLD. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't accept anything less. You want Garnacho, you want our young players. You're going to have to pay up for those young players. And that's one thing I would say, you know, because at the end of the day, why are we the ones who loan out players with no fees? Why do we have to pay loan fees and then other teams don't pay loan fees? How comes when we go to loan a player, we have to pay 10, 15 million to loan that player? How comes that? What's going on there? What happened to the Ineos and the Barada and the Wilcox negotiation skills? What's going on there? I thought they were good at that. That's what's concerning me, of course. Jim, Sal, I'm so angry at Ineos right now and dipping their hands in the pies. Selling Rashford and Casemiro is good. Getting rid of the Mainu and Garnacho. Let's get the fans offside, including me. Exactly, Jim. Exactly. Spot on. At the end of the day, look, you can get rid of your Antonys, your Dalots, your Brunos, your Casemiros, your Rashfords. Why don't you concentrate on getting rid of those players? Why? Because they know it's harder to get rid of those players. And they know they're going to have a difficult time in getting rid of those players. That's why they won't get rid of those players. So they're looking at and they're jumping and they're saying, oh, Kobe Mainu, he's from the youth. Full profit. Full profit. We can get loads of money for Kobe Mainu. That will help, isn't it? Mate, if you couldn't afford the football club, why did you bloody buy the football club in the first place? If you couldn't afford it. Forward watch. Absolutely. Jim, and don't tell me we are keeping Maguire, Ericsson, Lindelof, and Shaw. Absolutely, Bruno and the rest. Enough of us being a circus act. Don't sell your youth and gems for the food. Absolutely, mate. And I think it was said it earlier in the show. It was Darren who said it earlier in the show, and I remembered it. It resonated with me. Is that we should be building around these players: Garnacho, Ahmad, Mainu, Yoro. We should be building around these players. You know, with a scattering of Mazraoui and De Ligt. You know. That is the team we should be building around. We shouldn't be selling these players, our best young players. Other teams will be laughing. Chelsea are going after Kobe Mainu. Imagine Chelsea say, here you go, Man United, here's 80 million big ones. You're not getting another offer. This is on the table. Take it or leave it. I bet you any money that Ineos take that money. And then we're left with Mason Mount. You know what I mean? And it's a disgrace, isn't it, at the end of the day? At the end of the day. I don't know. Do you feel it we get back to going again? At the moment, Lumen, I'm saying absolutely not. No. The way things are going, I'm saying that there is more chance in us spending the next 5 years in the abyss than being successful if they go through with the news that they're talking about right now, i.e. getting rid of Kobe Mainu and bringing in players that we haven't heard of. Okay, you can bring in players from other countries that we haven't heard of, but that represents a huge risk, doesn't it? You know, if you bring players from South America like a Diego Leon, and obviously, of course, earlier on, I was talking about the South American player, Christian Ordonez, of course. Remember Christian Ordonez? And you got these players who are like 20 years old. Like Ordonez is 20 years old. He's an Argentinian under 20, got huge potential. But you can't say to me that you're going to put those players in the team and that Man United are going to be successful. You can't say that because at the end of the day, you know what? Kobe Mainu is a proven Premier League player now. You know what I mean? A proven Premier League player. And for me, that's 100 million plus cash. But at the end of the day, I don't want to sell Kobe Mainu. Would Arsenal sell Saka? Tell me, would Arsenal sell Saka? Of course they wouldn't. Look at Arsenal without Saka. Look at them without Saka now. You know what's happening? Man United are going down the wrong path at the moment, and that is wrong, in my opinion. But one bit of news I do agree with. I do agree with the Marcus Rashford news, him going to AC Milan. I think that would be a very, very good move for Marcus Rashford. I think that would be a good move for him. Also, Mawani, of course, there's been talks about him coming to Manchester United. Rumour is that the deal is close, guys. The deal is close that Manchester United could be getting Mawani on loan, which will be a decent move for Manchester United. And it is said that the move for Mawani is not totally inclusive of Marcus Rashford, is that even if Marcus Rashford stays, Mawani is still coming to Man United, and Man United will pay his wages. What do you make of that, guys? What do you make of that? Sal, would you swap Mainu for Palmer? It's a tough one, Matuta. It's a tough one. No. I believe he's one of ours. Mainu's one of ours. I would do that in my opinion. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Sal, another thing you don't do is sell your bitter rivals. Fans should peacefully riot. Make sure your voice is heard out. So absolutely, mate. You don't do that. You don't do that. Chelsea would be laughing all the way to the bank. Can you imagine Chelsea had Palmer and Mainu? We're selling the competition. So Chelsea are going like that and we're going like that. And that is what the problem is at the end of the day. And we need to really, really override this thing going on right now. This news is really terrible, of course, guys. Saka's on 300k a week. There you go, Kazi. There you go. Not much, is it? Matata, Sal, Casemiro is 350k plus bonus of 300k in relation. Absolutely, he needs to go. He needs to go. These are the players that need to go before Mainu, before Garnacho, the Rashfords, the Casemiros, the Antonys, the Dalots, the Brunos need to go before them. Absolutely. Yeah, it divides opinion, SLD. It's your opinion. I mean, divides opinion, but you know what? It could fall flat in the face. But I would say this: I would rather Mawenu than nobody. That's all I would say. In regards to signing Mawani, he wouldn't be my first choice. But you know what? He might set the world alight. Look, when we look at PSG and we look at players at PSG, there's a very few players that have made it at PSG. Very few players, and Ugarte flopped at PSG. Let's not forget as well. So we have to remember that. I know a lot of people are thinking about the World Cup final, thinking about when he missed the chance against Argentina. I know that was a bad miss, of course, but he's never proclaimed to be a prolific goal scorer. He's more like a creator, in my opinion. What I'm thinking about is that the Man United squad, I'm thinking about, let's say the Europa League, right? We get to the Europa League final. Amazingly, Man United get to the Europa League final. And then, you know what? Rasmus gets injured. Who we got? It'd be good to have a Mawani on there, isn't it? It'd be good to have a Mawani on there, especially if he's just on loan. Because at the end of the day, after the loan deal, we won't need to buy him, will we? We won't have to buy him. We can just send him back to PSG. So that's what's good. Matata, Sal, what is 200k per week in football? 200,000 per week, mate. What is in today's football? Well, Sal, what is 200k a week? It's about 50 grand in 90s football. I think Palmer is a boyhood United fan, unless I heard wrong. Yeah, he is. SLD is a big Man United fan. Man United missed the boat on that one, SLD. Man United missed the boat on that one. They should have their ear to the ground in regards to Man United fans, and he's a big Man United fan. There's evidence everywhere that he's a Man United fan. And you know what? We should have signed him, of course, guys. Absolutely. Hope this news about that. I hope so as well, Darren. But the problem is, it's with Ornstein. Ornstein is very reliable, of course, and so is Laurie Whitwell. And when both of them are reporting the same thing, it does look a bit precarious in regards to that. It does look like it is the truth, unfortunately. And one thing I would say is that if this wasn't the truth, why are Ineos not closing down that news? Why are they not shutting it down completely straight away? That's one thing I would say, rather than the noises going around and stuff like that, disrupting the team, disrupting the squad and stuff like that. So, you know what? Again, one thing I would say is that, you know, the noise around Man United is not positive again, is it? You know, a lot of negativity, a lot of things that can disrupt a player. Do you know what I mean? And we got Arsenal at the weekend, and look, all week we're going to be talking about, oh, is Mainu doing that? Is Rashford doing that? Is Casemiro doing that? Is Xerxes doing that? And this is the problem at Man United, because when we end up the game on bloody weekend, when mentally we're not going to be right, and surprise, surprise, it's going to be the same thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I want to beat Arsenal at the weekend. I want to knock them out of the FA Cup. And you know what? At the moment, the noises around Man United are distracting. They're disruptive. They are. And I think we need to just shut these noises down. And if these noises are not true, Ineos, it's their responsibility, whoever it is, just shut it down. Shut the noises down in regards to all this kerfuffle, as I say. Absolutely. Jim. Sal, I hate loans. Don't believe in these deals. I love permanent transfers or loan buy. I mean, it's difficult to say, like, I like loans in regards to you got a loan, you got a player in. That's it. You don't need to keep the player. You can move him on, because it's either that or we don't get anyone. And that's the thing. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. So I meant 200p is peanuts in today's football. 200k is peanuts in today's football. No, it's not, mate. In regards to wages, it's not peanuts, mate. Peanuts. 200 grand Anthony's getting, and Man United are absolutely trying to get him away from the club, and teams don't want to buy him because of that. Exactly because of that. Absolutely. It's good wages, very good wages. Very, very, very good wages, of course. Big up everyone. Big up Randy. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're good. I hope everything is good with you, my friend. So we thought that this bullshit would stop after Ineos came in, but it seems like distractive news before a big game and after a big win. Matata, you're absolutely spot on. Thank you for that comment. You're absolutely spot on. It is an absolute distraction to Man United. We have a massive game at the weekend, and all we're talking about is who's going there, what contract this, Ineos this, another bit of crap. You know what I mean? A week, of course, guys, after we've had a great win. And who plants this news, you know, before games? Who's planting this news before these big games? I'm tired of it, to be honest with you. I'm tired of this crap, you know what I mean, coming out of the club. I'm tired of this negativity coming out of the football club. I know that is transfer window. I know there's going to be noises around Man United and stuff like that. But goodness me, this contract talk, you know what I mean? Come on. Why couldn't they keep it in-house? Now you've got a bunch of people in the fan base saying, oh, Mainoo's a mercenary. Mainoo don't deserve this. Mainoo don't deserve that. And what's that going to do for the players' confidence after a fantastic game against Liverpool at the weekend? And the game before. You know what I mean? Mainoo has been a good season. It's been great this season and focus on the football rather than money. The cash will come and knuckles down. Mate, he's on a 3-year contract, right? He's earning 20 grand a year. A month, sorry. A week, sorry. He's earning 20 grand a week. Darren, you can't say that. At the end of the day, he's got a 2-year contract. So we're going to say, look, 2 years. He's been brilliant the last year. He deserves a new contract. No one's saying he's going to get 200, 300 grand a week. My recognition is he wants 60, 70 to 80 grand a week. When you got Xerxes earning 60 grand a week, Lindelof earning 120 grand a week, he's been crap for years. Ericsson earning 150 grand a week, who moves like a snail. And then you got Mainoo, who's one of the best parts of our team with Ugarte, getting 20 grand a week. It doesn't make sense. You have to be fair. You have to be fair. You know, and he has knuckled down. He is an England international, one of England's best players. He has knuckled down. He has been good. And he does deserve a new contract. But we wouldn't be talking about this. This is Mr. Jim Ratcliffe, Mr. Moneyman. Right, we are now a mid-table club, selling club. Randy, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that it is looking. The news isn't always positive. Do you know what I mean? And I want better news coming out of Man United than this, of course. But hey, but I would like to take a loan over nothing. Absolutely, as we make other permanent signings that I can take as long as we are hungry to achieve everything and make. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely. Big up, everyone, of course, guys. But you know what? It's just another bad week, isn't it? In regards to the news at Man United, I thought it would have been a week of transfer news and stuff like that. I didn't think it would be a week of negativity and things like that. It's like bad news follows us everywhere, isn't it? It's like, you know what? We can't catch a break in regards to news. Do you know what I mean? And that is the problem. What's happening with players like Dan Gore? It looks like they'll be going on loan. Man United are looking out to loan out a number of players, including Harry Amas, Dan Gore, Fletcher, Wheatley as well. Looking to get these players on loan, out on loan, of course. So Man United will be Rice Bennett as well. Man United will be loaning out a number of players to save on the wages. That's what they're going to do, so they can bring in some more players. Thanks, SLD. I'm saying being greedy on reports, he wants 200k. So he doesn't want 200k. He doesn't. And take it from a guy, UK, I don't want to big myself up, who knows a couple of his entourage. He doesn't want 200k. He doesn't. And if he wants 200k, Darren, then by all means. Ta-ta. Because at the end of the day, but I don't think I'm led to believe that he doesn't want 200k. And if he does want 200k, then that is a different story. But I believe the people I heard, I believe in that. I won't believe these plants in the media. You know, these plants that have been put in the media, you know, funny plants that in the media to turn the fan base against Kobe Mainoo. Do you know what I mean? That's what they're doing. Not blame Ineos, not blame the Glazers. It's what they do. It's Glazonomics. It's been going on for 11 years. Absolutely. Big up Darren, though. Legend Darren. We don't always agree, Darren, but I've got respect, man. Respect. So I personally believe we can win Europa League and turn our season around. We can the FA Cup and Europa League. I would love the Europa League. I would really love the Europa League. I think we should fight tooth and nail for the FA Cup, but it's a tough game at the weekend, isn't it? And with all this negativity going on at the moment, you know what, it is getting a little bit worrying for me on the weekend because I don't want to lose to Arsenal. I don't like Arsenal. I want Man United to defeat Arsenal. I hope we do. I think we can. I don't think Arsenal are in a good place. I don't believe that Saka is back. Those in the chat, if you let me know. I don't believe Saka is back. So Saka's a big part of their play. I think Man United can get a result at Emirates if he's not playing. But with all this negativity going on around Man United in regards to contracts, it's getting a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? At the end of the day. Batata. So in the past, players didn't need that much money as nowhere near to spend. But now Dubai has made villas and so property market has made people greedy. And what about Dubai? There's nothing to do with Dubai. What's wrong with Dubai? They don't live in Dubai. They live in England. Do you know how much the houses are in England, Matata? I'm English. Shall I tell you? The average price for houses in England is £270,000, right? You know the average price in the UAE? 100. Come on, man. Big up, Darren. Big up, Darren. Big up, Darren. Big up, Darren. Manu deserves a pay rise. 200K is over the top. Yeah, it is, Randy. It is. And if it was 200K, I would say no, Randy. I would say absolutely not. Because we've been there. Look, if I look at it on the other side, right? We've been there, haven't we? We've been there with Marcus Rashford. We've been there with these mercenaries, haven't we? So we don't want to go down that road again. But I, for the life of me, don't think that Kobe Mainoo is asking for 200 grand a week. I can't see it, man. I can see us stealing a win at the weekend. I hope so. SLD, come on. Come on. We need to beat Arsenal. Really do. We owe Arsenal one at the Emirates. We really do owe Arsenal one at the Emirates, guys. Absolutely. Hey, Arsenal. Absolutely. Arsenal Holdens. Absolutely, mate. We have to beat them. Absolutely. We have to beat them. Absolutely. Saka is basically out for the season. He had surgery. So, yeah, then it's a good thing for Man United. Man United won't be struggling in that area because Saka's had good games against Man United over the years, hasn't he? To be honest with you, he's had good games. And, you know, it's good that he's not playing from Man United's point of view. Man United should take advantage of that game. Man United should try and beat Arsenal. It would be good for our confidence. Of course, guys, Man United do need to win these games now. Start winning these big games. You know what I mean? Turn these draws into wins, of course. Greeks, you know, are you saying we can win silverware based on performance against Liverpool? Let's wait for Arsenal, Southampton, Ipswich, and Everton. Yeah, that's true. Randy, look, I'm not going to feed into the false narrative that is because it's not true. And people, this is exactly what it does. These sort of rumors plant seeds in the fan base to turn the fan base against Mainoo. Peep the game. Peep the game. Peep it. Don't fall for the media, anti-United media. Do not fall for it, right? These are just plants. These are industry plants that they put in the media to turn the fans against Kobe Mainoo, right? It's not that he does not want 200 grand a week. And if he did want 200 grand a week and it became evident, I will come on this stream and say I was wrong. But I don't think Kobe Mainoo, knowing the guy, I don't know, mate. He's not that guy. He's not that type of guy, mate. He's a humble guy. He's a proper down-to-earth guy, and I don't think he would want that, mate. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Met Kobe Mainoo 3 times. Legend. Lovely person. I don't think that you know, he would be wanting 200 grand a week. I mean, absolutely not. I mean, he wants more than 20 grand a week. Definitely. I mean, at the moment, we're paying him 20 grand a week, which is not fair, is it, really? When you've got Xerxes earning 56,000 a week, or is it 60 grand a week, something like that. That's a problem. But guys, look, I understand that Man United do need to make cutbacks in regards to wages. Man United have been paying too much in wages over the last, 11 years? Overpaying contracts, which were not warranted. Contracts should be given based on performances and achievements. But Kobe Mainoo has achieved it, in my opinion. And I feel like he deserves a new contract. But obviously, you can't get an astronomical amount of money at your age, at 19 years old. Maybe what I would say from now on, guys, and this would be my personal opinion, I would say this to all the Man United players right now. You are getting, Kobe Mainoo is getting this much money. You will get this much money if you challenge for the Premier League next season. And you will get this much money if you win the Premier League. You will get this much money and a new contract if you win the Europa League this season. Make them hungry. Make them hungry for it. You know what I mean? Make them want it. You know what I mean? That's what you should do. Players are too rich too soon these days. I know it's a big problem in football. In fact, it's a cancer in football that players are too rich. You know? They don't break their leg for the club anymore because at the end of the day, they say, why should I? I'm already rich. I mean, and that has been the problem with Marcus Rashford. Imagine Marcus Rashford was a millionaire before he even knew what life was. Do you know what I mean? And that has been the big problem. So even Liverpool fans have different answers and triggered over the Salah, Trent and situation. Liverpool, at the end of the day, want to cash in on those players. They want to cash in because they're 28, 29. This is not a 19-year-old. We're not talking about Salah's 28, 29. You look at Trent, 28, 29. Van Dijk, 30-odd. You know, they want to cash in on these players. They don't want to give them long contracts. These players at Liverpool, they want security. So basically, they want longer contracts. So at the end of the day, you can't give 30-year-old 4-year, 5-year contracts. It doesn't make financial sense. We're talking about a 19-year-old here. You know what I mean? In regards to that, it's completely different. But I would keep Salah if I was them. I would keep Salah, Manu, and Trent because they've done a lot for the football club. They've done things for the football club. Do you know what I mean? Yes, based on the Liverpool game, why not we can build on that? In faith, we can win, and that's what I believe in United. Man United should have beat Liverpool at the weekend, of course, guys. It was a fantastic performance from Man United. That's a positive. But, of course, since the Liverpool game, we've had nothing but negativity going on at Man United. It has been absolutely crazy, hasn't it? It's been non-stop, guys, hasn't it, guys? Absolutely. And it just causes a big dramas, doesn't it? I done a short video earlier in regards to that. You know what I mean? Man United are a soap opera. Man United should be in the WWE. You know what I mean? Because Man United are just like a soap opera at the end of the day. If they're sports entertainment, Man United are sports entertainment. There should be a sports entertainment brand under Man United's logo. Because at the moment, it is like every single week, there's news after news after news. Controversy. It's mad, really, isn't it, guys? Randy, we must put incentives in the future contracts, not the higher base salaries. I agree, Randy. Absolutely spot on, my friend. Absolutely spot on. I agree with all of you. In a way, every single one of you is right. You know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, we shouldn't be paying big money for players. We shouldn't be. But when we're giving contracts to Harry Maguire, right? Why don't we just use that money to put towards Kobe Mainoo's contract rather than putting a contract towards Kobe Maguire? Harry Maguire. I mean, at the end of the day, you can say it like that, can't you, at the end of the day? The draw was like a win, and we should have won, Randy. I mean, that miss from Maguire at the end, my goodness me. Man United should have won the game. Man United had the best chances. Man United should be walking away from that game with a win. I can only imagine. I probably would have had a bloody stroke if Man United won that game. I would have went mad. I would have went ballistic. If Man United won that, I would have, in a happy way, in a good way, I would have been absolutely jumping off my seat. I'll be absolutely buzzing, guys. I would be absolutely buzzing. I would, definitely. Jim, I don't want United to join Netflix. I already used the sports subscription. I don't want to get Netflix. Guys, Netflix is really on the decline, right? When I joined Netflix all those many years ago, I mean, I watched Breaking Bad was on, wasn't it? Breaking Bad. Of course, Games of Thrones, of course, was on. What other series was there? Was a Better Call Saul was on. I love that. Better Call Saul. And that was on, of course. I mean, there was lots of things, of course. Melissa Reddy has said something about Kobe Mainoo. Let me have a look. 1 second. Let me have a look. Melissa Reddy. You're ready to go. We're ready to go. If I can spell a bloody name right, once said it ready. Is it Melissa? There we go. Right. What she said, she hasn't really said anything in regards to him, to be honest with you. Nothing from earlier, nothing I haven't heard that before. Two sports subscriptions sound the audio, the pricey. Yeah, it's the same in England. It's very pricey in England as well, mate. It is very pricey in England as well. The sports subscriptions are mad in England now. There's you got so many different ones now, so many different sports subscriptions and stuff like that. It's mad when you think about it. It's ridiculous the way they're pricing people out of football, watching football. Guys, of course, there was a Paul Scholes quote as well about the ticket prices, which is a problem. Look, for me, I'll be honest, I would say that £66 for me would be fine, right? But when you've got a family and you're bringing your kids and stuff like that, that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean? It becomes a problem. I used to pay £550, something like that, for my season ticket. I haven't had a season ticket in a few years. So it'll probably be a bit more than that now. It probably will be a lot more than that, to be honest, in the Stretford end, if I'm being honest, guys, at the end of the day. But you know what? You got to think about the fans. The fans are what make the football club. The fans are the bread and butter. The fans are what makes this great football club what it is at the end of the day. And you can't forget about the fans. You can't. And if he was Mank, born and bred, if it was Mank, born and bred, you would understand that. He would understand that. You know what I mean? He would understand that. So I'm questioning whether he truly loves the game, like he says, or he truly loves Man United, like he says. And that is what I would say. I mean, if you don't, then just own it. Say it, you don't. He's a businessman. Jim Ratcliffe is a very, very good businessman, right? One of the best. He came from rags to riches, apparently. Although I do think that's a plant as well. By the way, guys, that happens in the industry. I was in the music industry 20 years, and they used to use this rags to riches story about plants, there was a story about Ed Sheeran. I know Ed Sheeran's people and stuff like that. And there was a story about Ed Sheeran, about him being rags to riches. He wasn't. Football used to be the working man's game. It's now a rich man's. Yeah, Darren, it is at the end of the day. I remember I wanted to go to. I went to Man United versus Stoke City at Stoke. And they wanted. I think the guy was sending me the ticket because I wanted to bring my friend who was on holiday at the time to that game. I couldn't get tickets for the game. So I went to some of my friends and I asked them, do you know anyone's got tickets for the Stoke game? And they said, there's one guy who's got some tickets. And then I asked him and he was trying to charge me £400 per ticket away at Stoke. There you go. I ended up getting tickets in the end, but not that much, of course. Madness. They're pricing out people there to sell. And thing is, I hate that they sneak the prices high. Absolutely, mate. That's what they do in England as well. Sneakily, the little £1, £2, £1. And then eventually in a couple of years' time, it's all the way up. You know what I mean? And you end up paying £20 more. Not looking, wish there was one subscription for all sports. Absolutely. This is the great thing about the UAE, guys. The UAE is so bad. But you know what? At the end of the day, they have, you know what, subscription every single game, no matter what country, whether it's Turkey, Russia, bloody Japan. They have the games there on every single time. Any game you want, of course. Sal, the fans of the Premier League clubs are too humble and obedient. They would never go to extreme fights for their club. That's the problem. Yeah, they are. Yeah, unlike Italy, who emptied the stadium. By the way, Italy, they emptied the stadium, of course. Let's not forget that. The Glazers said we are paying customers, not fans or something. No, they're not. They're not. And anyone, and they've been facilitated by the Ineos, haven't they? They've been facilitated by good old Ineos and Jim, of course, guys. And now we ain't got no money financially. We have to look at the financial FFP. Then don't buy the football club, my son. Don't buy the football club if you can't afford the football club. I don't know why I have to draw him a picture, but he's bought it already now, isn't it? Sal, I heard Jim Watkins is a close relative of Elon Musk and are planning to buy Liverpool. Jim Ratcliffe, mate. Jim Ratcliffe. No. Elon Musk. You mean Jim Ratcliffe? I know Elon Musk wants to buy Liverpool. Yeah, he does. And if Elon Musk buys Liverpool, then we're in a bit of a pickle, ain't we? You know what I mean? Because we're going to have Jim Ratcliffe. They're going to have Elon Musk. Elon Musk knows how to spend money. Elon Musk spends money. Randy, it is actually true about Elon Musk. I don't know about Jim Watkins, but Jim Watkins is a player, isn't he? But Elon Musk is the truth. It is actually a news story going on at the moment that Elon Musk wants to buy Liverpool. It is actually a story going on at the moment. If that happened, then you know what? We might as well give up. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, he's going to go out there and he's going to spend money and he's going to spend it well. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind Elon Musk. I mean, there was rumors about Elon Musk buying Man United. Look, I just wanted a full sale. That's what I wanted. I didn't care if it's Apple, Elon Musk, Amazon. I just wanted a full sale at the end of the day, and I wanted the debt cleared. That's what I wanted at Man United. That would have been, you know what, incredible. And Man United would have been self-sustainable, so Man United would have been making a lot of money and wouldn't have to worry about FFP and things like that. Now we have to worry about every single penny that goes in and out of the football club. And that is obviously concerning. You know, this is why we're sacking security guards and people like that, because obviously we have to worry about every single penny that goes into the football club. Whereas if we had a full Sal, we wouldn't have to have this problem in the first place. Sal, would it have that happens? Liverpool would dominate. It depends, isn't it? Obviously, Elon Musk hasn't managed a football club before, hasn't bought a football club before, so it'd be new territory for him. But he's a very smart guy, as we know. And he would do very, very well at Liverpool because he's one of them eccentric sort of characters. He's not like Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe's a different character. Jim Ratcliffe is a billionaire. Jim Ratcliffe is a genius in hindsight. When you look at, to become a billionaire, you have to be a genius, right? You have to be. Or you sell your soul or you become a Mason or whatever. But anyway, so guys, look. So at the end of the day, Jim Ratcliffe is a billionaire, but he's a different type of billionaire. He's more of a billionaire that is a stingy billionaire, an assets billionaire. You know, a get rid of the poor guy billionaire. Whereas Elon Musk is like, you know what, how can we make it? We do this, we spend that, we buy this, we build that, we buy this. But Elon Musk is also ruthless. Elon Musk obviously does sack people as well. So let's see what happens in regards to that, of course. He might disgruntle a few people as well. Jim, Manu Tuta, you're not going to win winding me up. It's not going to work in Sal. You said I'm a player. Oh, I wish. I can't remember, mate. Big up Danny B, the legend Danny B. Big up. Sorry, Jim. I didn't know I called you a player. Ain't going to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. That's what he said. It was a big pun. I'm not a player. I just crush a lot. Definitely. We're going to crush Arsenal this Sunday, guys. That is what it's all about. It's about this Sunday. That's what I'm looking for. I want to ignore all the non-footballing stuff and I want to concentrate on the football, the football, the foot, the soccer. I want to concentrate on it. That's what I want to concentrate on. Football. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. I don't want to concentrate on all this kerfuffle going on, of course, guys. Absolutely not. Manager loves Liverpool. I love Manchester United. Since 1992 till I die. Manu Tuta, I don't know what he loves, mate. I don't know Manu Tuta. I don't know. All I know is about 25 Manu Tuta. I'm tired of blocking Manu Tutas. Absolutely. Big up, Sal. Just come back from Mark's channel. Any latest transfer news in regards to that? Man United are looking to offload Garnacho in a swap deal with Nuno Mendes. That's what's going around at the moment. Kenny, you should be here, Kenny, not on Mark's channel. You should be right here, mate. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he just reads things from Google. Oh, God. At least Jim will fight for the badge. Who's Jim? Jim Ratcliffe. Or Jim Watkins. Jim Watkins, like he said earlier on. Jim Watkins, absolutely. Like he said earlier on. Guys. You know what, guys, look. I don't play about, guys. I don't play about. I don't sugarcoat things. You know what I mean? I know that there's many people who do content creation, but they're not really content creators. They don't really know much in regards to the club and in regards to transfers and stuff like that. They just spit a load of stuff what was on Google. I actually do phone calls and stuff before the game and before this stream and stuff like that and work out what's going on, actually what's going on, which is why I got the Diego Leon news. Of course, guys, the Nuno Mendes news in the summer. I said, Man United were interested in him, of course. And this is why, of course, I got the Eric Ten Hag sacking news as well, guys. Ask Rasta Stops. But it is all about that at the end of the day. But there are people who just go on other channels just to leech off other channels and, you know what, beg other channels by acting stupid with stupid opinions, being called liars and being that and stuff. It's not what I do, mate. It's not what I do. Yeah, I know. That's who I'm talking about, Kenny. Spinning us out. Absolutely. Danny B. He's out. He's out already, mate. He's out already. Absolutely. He's out already. Yeah. Be careful of the bootleg stuff, man. Be careful of the bootleg stuff at the end of the day. At the end of the day, look, you know what? Support the channel or don't. At the end of the day. That's what I say. Absolutely. Because I support you. Guys, at the end of the day, that is me for today. I'm done on this stream, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining the stream, of course. Don't forget to join the stream, guys, at the right time. Okay, guys, you know what? That is what it's all about at the end of the day. Mark Goldbridge actually knows things, Kenny. So I listen to Mark Goldbridge. Mark Goldbridge is actually connected and stuff like that, in my opinion. The other Mark is not, Kenny. So you got the wrong one. I'm friends with Mark Goldbridge anyway. But that's no offense to him. He wants to make ends meet. He wants to do what he's got to do. So that's him. So at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's why he starts his streams at my time. You know what I mean? To try and override me and stuff like that, because people like you will go on there. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But it is, I have 139 people on here, of course, guys. And that is what it's all about. You know, the love from the people on this stream, of course, guys. The love from the people on this stream. The talent on you. You guys have elite ball knowledge, of course, guys. That is what it's all about, of course. Absolutely. And I thank everyone, of course, who does that at the end of the day. At the end of the day. So, yeah, he's lost the plot. And don't go to channels that lose the plot, guys, because he doesn't know anything. Okay? He doesn't. That's why I don't work with them anymore. Okay, guys, take it easy. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Have a great evening, guys. You know, Mark's not speed. Randy, I started doing this stream before. I had Chatterbox for a very long time, years. And before I started doing content. And then he started doing the same streams, same my time and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Which is unacceptable. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, cheers. Great show. Big up, Randy, anyway. Big up, Jim, my friend. Big up, Diamond, bro. Absolutely. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, legend. Jim is a legend, of course, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Have a fantastic evening and fantastic night. Glory, glory, Man United. Let's keep the hopes up, guys. Keep it Stretford Post. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. It's here where it is real, guys. It's here. It's the realist here, guys. No agendas and stuff like that. No xenophobia. Nothing like that, of course, guys. Take it easy, guys. Peace out. I'm Sal Warner. This Chatterbox. Take it easy. Bye.